Oh, I got another machine!
So on Roadhog, am I like gonna basically plank and start pressing play?
It's like birthday. I have birthday coming up soon. No, it's not.
So at the beginning of the week, Rockus and I went to New York City to be on the Today Show with Megyn Kelly, which was like a completely crazy experience, totally surreal to like actually be on TV. Even though, you know, we're like regularly on broadcast for our Overwatch League games and you know, streaming and such, it just feels totally different when you know it's going out to like a completely virgin audience, right? Like people who've never seen anything about esports, Overwatch. So it was like a little more nerve-wracking because we felt like we were the representatives of Overwatch and esports to all these people who had never seen it before. So this was like, you know, their initial opinion, which is of course so important. So it was definitely like a lot of pressure, but at the same time, the interview was like not as difficult as we were expecting. Like we thought they were gonna ask like maybe some tougher questions, but it ended up being pretty service level, which I think was for the best because it was just like explaining to these millions of people watching who have no idea what's going on, like what is this thing, you know? And I appreciated honestly that Megyn was like kind of ignorant about, you know, the game and esports, because that's what her audience is, right? Is like they don't know anything about it either, just like, you know, most people's parents or whatever. So being able to explain to her is like also being able to explain to all these people who maybe know nothing about esports and now maybe have a little bit better of an idea about it. Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna be nervous. Like I never really get nervous. And right before we were about to go on, we were like sitting down in the chairs on the set, and I was like, wow, okay, this is different, you know, like we're about to be on national television. So I don't know, there was definitely some nervousness there, I think for both of us, just because it was like crazy, you know, like I never expected to be on TV.
What happened? Why are you so upset?
So I've ordered some expensive earbud at Amazon, and it comes out here. There's a delivery error. So I've asked sending a new replacement, and here's today's package arrival. And guess what? Same happened.
The same thing?
Yes.
Wait, so you were supposed to get earbuds, but instead you just got a cable?
Yeah, look at this $900 USB cable. Patch up with Sombra, and these Louis are 5% off the
One of the cats died, and when like her handler or whatever told her about it, she was like, where's Cat? And the handler's like, Cat's gone or something, and she's like, sad or bad, sad. Yeah. Then she walked away.
I'm gonna go for a res move. I'm not killing you, okay?
I'm gonna suck on it.
They didn't Reaper all. Did they beat? So we're expecting beat.
Alright, I'll go that.
So we started the week with out Jake and Rockus, and we went into scrims thinking that we would run the exact same strategy that we would normally run if they were there, and just have subs play their sort of roles. We slowly realized that maybe putting Clockwork on heroes that he's not comfortable on is not the best solution, because no one can really match Jake's Junkrat, right? So we had like a mixed bag of we should put Clockwork on heroes that he's good at and just play that, and then if it goes well, we can play with that roster. And then some people wanted to play with just the roster with Jake no matter how scrims went. So it was like a really toss up between like what we wanted to do, and I think it ultimately came down to Tyrong's decision, and I think overall we felt that it would probably be better just to have Jake and Rockus in, but.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel bad about that we sort of, because Rockus and I traveled for this media opportunity, that there was like way less practice time for the whole roster than we normally have. So we really kind of cut into that with the travel. At the same time, it was like such a huge opportunity. It felt like it was what we had to do because it's like bigger than even ourselves or our team. It's like kind of all esports, all Overwatch League. So it felt really, really important to do. But at the same time, I really regret that it cut into the practice time of the team because it really did feel like it hurt us. I'm really glad we were able to beat like London and at least come out of the week 1-1. I feel bad about that. I kind of feel like it's my fault that we got a little bit less practice time, and maybe that really hurt us against Boston. But it was definitely like a big feeling of conflict for me. Like I was thinking about it the whole time we were in New York of like, you know, okay, we're doing this thing where, you know, we're off in New York, but at the same time, like, you know, what's going on with the team, how's practice going. Like I was still thinking about those things, and it kind of sucks to be like away from the team at a time like that when you know that you could really help or maybe provide some insight or, you know, have an impact. So not being able to have that impact at the beginning of the stage definitely sucks, but I think it's good that everyone on the team has like a really strong mindset right now. So I think we almost feel like we like got away with that first week, and now we're like, you know, able to fully put in the grind, you know, every day, working on strategy, working on, you know, review and refining our play.
I have Primal. I'm gonna go really deep on this baby.
Someone pissed
On the Bills. On your heels.
Christian to recall and point. They've only used nano blades.
Hey guys, we're gonna be main basically, okay?
Yeah, Linkster, let's pop this in. Let's not let him get any more.
You don't need to do some cloaking yourself because cloaking and the EMP causes some half a second delay.
Yeah.
So just do some teleporting, slow teleporting, and it's after all the
Over. You look for a hack and someone has a back there.
Alright, makes sense. That's what I was doing, but I was coming from main. But like, it was working reasonably well. Like I was catching.
Yeah, delay our match.
Yeah,
by a couple
if you could
days.
just schedule this match back a couple days, we really appreciate it.
We'll talk real slow out there.
Buy us some time.
He's the guy who
Roadhog.
Moira all the time. Whenever we're testing
You're like,
FFA,
come on.
he's always on Moira. He'll do Brigitte.
I didn't think I was in the
I could
game.
open that for you.
Someone sent me an Elgato capture card. I don't know what the fuck it is. That's like the original edition too.
Oh, cool. Thank you. They're from New Zealand.
What? They gave you a kiwi? That always.
They got a kiwi.
There's a kiwi and an Elgato. Now you can capture the kiwi.
I've never played Blizzard World.
Blizzworld is against London?
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys at least
Nobody
tried
knows
it.
what they're doing
But
on
you
Blizzard.
tried
we
it.
played it once. We played it once.
Put
I don't
not
know if
has
that
stress.
was
How long has your stress? I can walk you through it or something.
Yeah. Tyronic strat. We talked about the one we talked about.
You know, we kind of feel like we do have the advantage on you know, untested territory, right? When nobody knows what's good or how to play the map, you know, and the meta is really up in the air. That's when I think we really thrive, because we're not afraid to just like make a game plan and like go on that game plan and trust it, rather than trying to just say, oh, we'll just play something standard and, you know, hope for the best. We're like always, you know, looking to innovate and like find the strategy that we think works best for us. So we're usually pretty quick on the uptake of a new meta. So I think that it definitely helped us against London.
Click clack. These are actually so cool. No, just doing my normal. Just unscrewing my shoes. I'm a cowboy.
Game sounds in your head?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Are we? How do we know when this thing is live? That's the weird thing. Yeah, but it's just like a straight block.
What
just straight hand in the face.
What if
just...
flipping off the camera is our pregame ritual? And like every match we can't
doing it
perform
every week
unless
for the last
every week we've been flicking off the corner of the room before our match.
So today's chat is I will call Houston and you guys call it It's Worth It. Okay?
It's what?
It's worth it.
No, let Linkster in. Let Linkster in.
Where's Rokas?
Houston!
It's worth it!
Spawn is here. See Birdring looking for an opportunity. He's going to get the stick.
Jake has lost so many tires this round. And London on the verge of taking 2 points here on Anubis. That's going to be pretty vital, but now they need to keep Moom alive too. There goes Bedosian. Oh, Nuts gets body blocked. He's down. And Houston with a golden opportunity here. Houston scrambling. They've lost Mooma.
That's
Double
a nice
from
rip
Jake.
tire.
But they need to finish it. They need to get 2 points, or this map goes to London. London has a chance here to take the point.
And they are going to eventually do it. It's an arcade of death for Gesture.
That's right. Oh man, how many tickets do you get for this? Trying to just keep OT going as long as he can. Birdring flies in on the Widowmaker, but you don't want to be in melee range. Nice pulse bomb. Raucus takes out Nuss, and that's a great start for Houston already. They lost Jake and Raucus, but it's still a man advantage for the Houston Outlaws here.
And
Profit.
There's a rip tire kill onto the tank. That's what you need to push through. Fury is in mini diva form.
So
this should
close.
be it for Houston.
They have got it. Houston
Is tire?
Yeah! This map is so bad. We had 5.5 minutes going into second point, dude.
I think London gonna launch a tech cup.
Or EMP with Mooma as he goes in.
That's too much older styles or something like that.
So if you want Mercy or Lucio,
I wanted to go Zen on second. I didn't want to play Zen. I didn't want to play Moira here at all.
2, 1, San Antonio!
come and take it!
I'm just memorizing all the Texas changes.
Houston Outlaws on the verge of taking the point early. London on the run here. Fury demeched again. So Birdring almost on his own here. He needs to come up huge, and he can't quite do it. Raucus roasts a couple people with that coalescence. And Houston Outlaws looks like they are on the verge of taking the first point here. London comes in with the desperation brawl, but Prophet down already. That's going to seal the deal for Houston. Houston scrambling. Everybody's kind of split up right now. Raucus with the transcendence. He was feeling the pressure. Pops a Zen ult. Like, so waiting for what? London, are you serious? Houston just on the verge of winning these fights, and they just can't complete it. Boink keeping them alive with the Valkyrie, but they just don't have any damage to take out any of the members of London. Gesture standing on his own on the point, trying to delay as long as he can. There's a nice stick.
Not only that, they have a Riptire to punish London as they come in. Prophet is on the Sombra, but he can't get to the point.
A bit of defense for a team that's been so good at it. Oh, the stick onto Bedosian.
Gets
and he
two.
gets murdering. Are you kidding me? All they need to do is hold on for just a bit longer. That is it. Houston Outlaws take down the London Spitfire for the third time.
I think it was a little bit of luck, like a decent amount actually. Blizzard World could have gone either way. I think they made a few key crucial mistakes because they didn't play the spawns well on Blizzard World second defense. I think that comes down to a lot of it because they had the fights were lasting like 3 minutes long, and I think that comes down to mistakes on both teams. I don't think a fight should last for like 2.5 minutes or something that the last fight lasted for. I think that comes down to a little bit of mistakes on both teams' sides. I think second's pretty easy to hold. We did what we had to do. We got that win. I think the rest of it was they played comps that we've played against in scrims a lot, and I think that gave us confidence in knowing what we had to execute based on our comps. We don't want to repeat the same mistakes that we did last stage, where we come out with 2 victories and we think we're really good, and then suddenly we have all of these problems and we didn't think that we did. So we want to make sure that we don't have those problems. Secondly, I think the win wasn't based on our strengths that we won. It was more based on London's weaknesses here and there. So I think yes, we played well, but there's plenty to learn, and there's plenty to learn on the maps that we did poorly on, and there's plenty of things to learn overall, especially going into new maps.
Everyone's on the left. Mercy out.
Like, Linkster, just farm him for Blade, honestly. Like, he's really in bad positions.
You tired, Tyrone? Tyrone, you're a burrito.
I wanted to
For the Boston match, I think we were a little bit in our own heads. I think we weren't ready to play right away. Whether that's because of the early start, because of our morning prep or something like that, or strategies that we didn't 100% believe in. Maybe we did, maybe we didn't, I don't know. It depends on person to person and whatnot, but I think the biggest thing was that we were in our own heads for most of the match, and we weren't able to get out of it.
But against Boston, it really felt like they had just done way more prep than us, and it felt like they actually knew what we were going to do on every map. We really felt scouted, that they kind of saw through our strats and they knew how we were going to play. So that definitely sucked. It felt like we maybe had the preparation advantage on London, but then Boston had the preparation advantage on us. So it was a mixed bag.
But Striker looks to really throw a spanner in the works. Riptide across the point, he's got 2! That's far more than you expect to get at this juncture. That's so nasty. You can see that Raucus is staying in there with the EMP. Cuts him down awful fast. And now Lisa has to do it on his own as well. Here come the reinforcements, straight on top. The Reinhardt going to come out for movement, not quite the symmetrical wall hoping for, but can it make the difference? That's a big question so far. It's looking like that's going to be unlikely. The Boston Uprising get it done. They only needed 1 tick. Cool Matt though, probably won't be around in this fight for too much longer, but there it is. Individuals, Raucus and Jake, step up! Raucus getting himself 3 kills in that fight, by the way. Casual. Casper was positioned quite far forward, expected the Riptide to force a disengage from the Outlaws and give him space, but he was actually a little bit closer than he otherwise thought he'd be. But so far, so good for the Outlaws, Matt. They're going to have themselves 1 run at trying to finish the map.
It'll be a transcendence that keeps him alive from Neko on the point. That'll allow them to probably get their Valkyrie as well.
Ah, there it is! Look at Boston. Look at they don't really care about movement. They've sort of circumvented him or gone past him now and are just diving. Deadeye comes in. No, it's reflected! Casper gets himself a 3rd, and Linksa has been sent back to spawn by his own ultimate. Mooma won't last long now. He's just going to get picked apart, and Raucus is a little bit busy trying to deal with Casper. Coolmat desperately throws himself here at the payload, but again, who's he going to try and get damage on? The best he can do is force them away. Oh, Boston!
Let's make the outcomes deceive, okay?
Wait, it's in Paul, right?
Well, we're running Lucian Mara on Shrine, and then the Soul Comp I think is good.
I feel like we just lack real kill potential or engine. Happened on first where they just ran up to us and I died instantly. Happened on second where they were just slowly pushing into us. It happened on third where they were just slowly pushing into us again.
For Houston, it's worth it.
Yep.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Houston!
It is worth it!
So that's a huge boost. Yeah, it's easy to pick off note now. Striker probably has to be a little bit selective about how he enters into this fight, but Dream Casper again, who's responding to him? Where's Linkser? That's the question. Linkser probably needs to be the one dealing with this, but again, he's got other things to focus on right now.
Yeah, and Raucus doesn't use the Transcendence. He's getting just chunked down by Dream Casper. Wants to get a really
That's
good
it, they got off the point. Okay, that's the hook on Mooma, gets around the shield, but respects the barrier. Not the hand of Linkser though. It's with the right click. Now, this is going to be easy. The Graviton Surge. Riptide thrown in there. Gams to get the pin on Coolmat's mech. Self-destruct for no, but that's mostly just to get the mech back. Big Earth Shatter from Mooma. 3 players taken down, but there was 0 follow-up. As Doa likes to say in ranked, where's my follow-up? There it is!
put together. Oh, this is pretty cool. They actually they use a halt and then they use the Dragon Strike to take out Dreamcaster up on that high ground.
Not a thing you can do about it. That's big. There was no chance for Boston to get an opening pick. Oh, okay. I like that too. Pull Gamsu up the stairs. But now the whole hole. Cool, mate. You made quite a nice wall ornament right now, mate. It's about a 4v3 in favor of the Boston Uprising here, and the payload's still trying to move forward. And now the Dragon Blade here for Dreamcasper. Coolman is down. They're looking for Raucus against Pulse Wonder once again. The Boston Uprising. Oh, they're going to get there. It looks like it. Look, they're going to lose the match or the map in that first stage. But man, they bring it.
Moving forward is just all about the future. It's all about improving. It's about having results in the next match. Like, you can't change the past. You can't be a downer about it. There's no time to whine about it. There's no time in Overwatch League to cry about a loss and mope and be down on yourself. Like, there's only time to look to the future and improve and do what you can to win the next match. Because if we go on to win the next match and the next one and the next one, it invalidates everything that happened up until that point. So for us and as a team, like, we're focusing only on what's coming next.
I think every single player knows that the reasons why we lost. 1, lack of practice, we didn't have enough time. 2, lack of preparation, we weren't prepared for the Boston match. I think, like, since everyone knows sort of it was our fault and we can do better and we can have more time to do better, I think it didn't hurt us as hard because we know it's our fault. We've been through losses where it's been our fault and we know how to handle that now. And I think going forward, we know that we just had to put more time in order to avoid those.
I would say in stage 2, we learned some really valuable lessons, and not just lessons about the metagame or how to play in stage 2, but we learned lessons about how to behave as a team, how to view the Overwatch League from like an emotional perspective, and by that I mean, basically how to lose, because Overwatch League is a marathon, not a sprint. If you think you have to win every single game and that losing is the end of the world and that your team's not going to make it if you lose a game, then you're going to lose and it's going to just hit you like a ton of bricks. And I think for us, we had to sort of come to terms with the fact that we're going to lose some games, we're going to win some games, and that the best strategy to like maximize our winning is not taking those losses too hard. You take the loss rationally, you say, all right, let's review this. We made mistakes. Where are those mistakes? Let's like isolate them, let's improve upon them. As much as we do our best to prevent it, we're going to take some losses, and it's just on us to be like super focused, like we take the day off, we relax, collect ourselves, and then, today we're right back in, ready for scrims. And personally, I feel like my mindset is really great. Like, I don't even, like, the fact that we lost is like, yeah, it sucked in the moment. I felt really bad in the moment, but I moved on, and it's just time to, get back on the practice grind and keep working. We know that it was just early in the stage. It's, a little bit of that coin toss effect of, nobody really knows exactly what the best strategy is. People don't know what to expect from one another yet. We can't take those losses as evidence that our, style is fundamentally broken. We have to take those losses and say, how do we refine the way we're implementing that style? How do I support my teammates better in their plays, and vice versa, how do they support me better in mine? And I think once we start getting those micro synergies down where we're sort of naturally, oh, hey, come help me do this, come help me do that, that's when we're really flowing as a team, and I think that's when we're really succeeding and winning as a team.